What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Sith Council. Boy, we're excited, man. We're 1 day away from Star Wars Celebration, and we're going to preview a lot of the panels coming up and things we're going to be doing and all of that, right? And we have a bunch of questions that you guys had submitted also. I'm going to try to get to as many as possible. But there's some other stuff, I guess, with the Acolyte that we can bring up and talk about. But the most part, it's going to be a lot of Star Wars Celebration things, what we're expecting, our final predictions, that and more. And we're finally getting to the bottom of this bet, whether Mike thinks it's the Mandela effect or not. It's just me and Mike Kalinowski today. Steph is going to be with us all weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for Star Wars Celebration. Don't forget, if you haven't done it already, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button, because we are going to be putting up a great many videos this week. A lot of them, man, because there's so much. And I think what we're going to do, and if you're not already subscribed to the podcast feed, the Big Thing podcast feed on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you'll get all the Jedi, Freudian slip, Sith Council episodes. And we're probably going to put out an episode Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, potentially. We have to see. We'd see what I got some equipment for us to check it out. But nonetheless, it's going to be a good one. It's me. It's Mike Kalinowski. It's the Sith Council. Let's do it. Wrong show.
Feel your anger. It gives you focus, makes you stronger.
Welcome back, everybody. Sith Council. It's myself. Mike Kalinowski is here.
Here I am.
There he
Look
is.
at me there.
You got what a week?
Talking into the mic.
What a weekend for you. You got
Who's over this?
You got Star Wars Celebration. You
Yep.
got a title defense on Friday. It's a lot going down.
I didn't plan this that way. That sucks.
I did. I planned it.
This sucks.
I know it's going to be fun, man. Are you excited? First Star Wars
Yeah,
Celebration.
buddy. I was thinking about this.
Yeah.
It kind of caught me off guard because you've been talking about it for a while and getting in and we'll do the press thing and everything. And I didn't think about it, and I don't know why.
What a way for you to experience your first one.
Let me tell you something.
Yes, go ahead.
I've been the luck. Can I talk? And you're going to say
No,
you
go
just
ahead.
asked me one little thing.
Go ahead.
My first Comic-Con experience was an incredible experience as well. I had gotten into the guys that I'd gone with forever, and we got into Hall H the day of. We walked up, and they said, hey, say this word at the door. We said this word at the door. We got right into Hall H for the whole thing.
When did you go? What was your first one?
2014.
Okay.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
So my first celebration, incredible.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I'm caught off guard. I'm unprepared. Unprepared for this.
Well,
I don't know what's going on.
You'll be prepared. You'll be prepared because we got.
Well,
a
let me
lot.
ask you this.
Go ahead.
Why have we not? This is the one that's different places every year, right?
No, they switch it up.
It used to be in Orlando.
Not always. They switch it up. They go
That's
Anaheim.
what I'm saying. Yeah, it differs.
Yeah, so it was Anaheim in 2015.
Okay.
It was London in 2016. 2017 was Orlando.
Okay.
2019 was Chicago.
No 18?
Sorry. 2018.
Math.
No.
It's for dummies.
2018 there was nothing.
Why not?
There was really not a lot coming out. They do it I think they do it every 2 years, to be honest. And then it was supposed to be 2020. Then they pushed it. It was supposed to be 2021.
There wasn't one last year.
They didn't do one.
They didn't do one in Atlanta?
No.
Okay.
No. So I don't know. I mean, maybe.
Okay, so maybe I'm caught off. That's why I'm not caught off guard. I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah,
I don't know.
So they could switch it up. But so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about. I mean, let's look at see if there's any stories that are worth note. I mean, there are some, but I know like this.
Your spelling's
Acolyte stuff.
atrocious.
Watch your mouth.
I'm watching it come up on the screen.
The Acolyte. I want to talk about the High Republic because I'm excited about this series, man. This is Star Wars Newsnet. This one's from Nate Manning. There arguably isn't a known Star Wars production that is more mysterious than The Acolyte. We know the basics. It takes place at the end of the High Republic era, about 100 years before the Phantom Menace, and it will dive into the dark side and how it infiltrated the New Republic, or the Republic, excuse me. In a new conversation with Vanity Fair, Kathleen Kennedy and showrunner Leslie Headland now reveal the inspiration behind the show found inside the Star Wars galaxy and in ours. The Acolyte is part of Lucasfilm's next phase in fleshing out the time period before the Skywalker saga. For those unfamiliar with the High Republic, it's kind of a time of prosperity for the galaxy, so while considering the look of the show, Headland went back to do something a lot of fans have brought up about the movies. She says, I love the fact that George Lucas, when he originally made episodes 4 through 6, you can see he wants everything to feel it has this particular type of decay. This is a lived-in sci-fi fantasy world, not a sleek, well-put-together aesthetic. He was really going for something. I think that was a bit revolutionary at the time. When he tasked himself with making the prequels, the way he decided to address technology and all those types of things was to make it look sleeker, better looking, almost more advanced time. That's what's kind of weird about Star Wars. The further you go back, the better things are. A long time ago actually becomes more futuristic. So while we are creating this type of world, we're trying to carry George's concept that the further you go back, the more exciting, new, and sleek and interesting things look. While we don't know exactly how the publishing side of the High Republic will line up with the Acolyte, Headland gets to play in a time much closer to the movies, and she touched on how the already established aesthetic will tie into her show. The High Republic is so golden in so many ways. The Jedi uniforms are gold and white, and it's almost like they would never get dirty. They would never be out and about. This stuff we covered already, so they all look great. We know this already. And it has to be the expense. We know about the infiltrating the Sith. We talked about this. So this is the thing that came up that I'm really excited about. So it's been emphasized over and over again how important the dark side is for the Acolyte. Headland has yet to explain what it's going to look like, but Kathleen Kennedy brought up what else we could see in the series. Apparently, Headland is a major expanded universe fan and is bringing some flavor from old legend stories. She is a gigantic Star Wars fan. What's wonderful about Leslie is she knows it all. I mean, she's read a gazillion books inside the EU. There are little bits and pieces she's drawing from that no one has explored yet in the on-screen storytelling. Another element about the pitch was to move away from the Skywalker saga, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so...
Yada, 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 that stuff.
What I'm excited about...
What's that?
With that is the idea of the Old Republic, and whether it's... If you're going to play into this Sith thing and start to build in, you would assume she's going to start to dive into Darth Bane stuff, Plagueis stuff.
You love that Plagueis stuff. You cannot get enough of Plagueis.
Doesn't it make sense?
Sure.
I mean, if you're 100 years back,
yeah,
at least,
course.
If not him, it's got to be his master.
Yeah.
Or it's getting
That's
close.
what the people want. You got to give them what they want.
Yoda's got to be in this series too.
You think so? Come on.
He's 800 years old.
Give new people.
But why wouldn't Yoda be there?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't he be on the council at 700?
See the Jedi Council?
You don't.
I don't know.
You will. Yeah,
I have no idea.
But this series to me, is getting more and more. It's getting more excited. It's starting to become one of my most anticipated.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, and I'm surprised that it's not for you, because it's everything you've been asking for. Is to get away from the Star Wars.
The Skywalker
stuff.
But we got Jedi, we got lightsabers, we got all that stuff. So we got the whole rigmarole. Man. No, it's not.
It is.
It is not. It is not.
You're a crazy person.
Look at the first couple episodes of Mandalorian. No lightsabers. No.
But that's that time period.
I know.
Well, the time period that you're.
That was right in the middle of the Jedi period, the Skywalker saga.
The whole thing. Did you see that? Did you see that scene?
What scene?
With Obi Wan and Owen.
No, I've stopped watching the stuff. I don't want to watch anymore. It's 2 days. You can wait. It's 2 days.
It is legitimate, like another 15 seconds onto that scene.
No, I'm not going to watch it. I'm done.
You don't have to, but it's
done.
So good.
I didn't ask you.
I cannot wait. All right, we're going to preview Star Wars Celebration.
Let's preview it
before we get into it. But even before we do that,
what's that?
We got to talk about this because we're going into the event tomorrow.
Yeah.
Our bets. Now, are we doing one or are we doing two? Because
I think it's BS. I don't know these bets.
What are you talking about?
Because we talked about the movies being announced. Is this the Mandela effect with me?
No, I know what happened. What happened was we made the bet about the Jedi, which I sent to you, and you could hear yourself.
What is that bet?
The bet was that I think that the person hanging in this square is a Jedi, and you say, no, it's a townsperson. You say,
what?
Are you kidding? Do you want me to play you the footage? And you said it's a townsperson. You said it's not a Jedi that is killed.
Okay.
That's
okay.
The bet.
All right. So
that's part. That's bet one.
Hold on. Let me talk. Let me reassess my thoughts on this.
Sure. Back out.
No, I'm not going to back out. They're on Tatooine. We think.
That's what we think.
Okay. If they're on Tatooine, I think that's why I said that's not a Jedi. It's a townsperson.
But I don't know where they are. But either way, it's going to be a Jedi. So.
And that's a steak dinner.
That's a steak dinner.
Jesus.
That's part.
That's not a. I'm more sure than your bet on the movies is a better bet.
I'm gonna also.
Oh, here we go.
Continue on here, and I'll give you a second one. A second steak dinner.
Second steak dinner?
If I'm still standing by, they're going to announce at least one movie. You want to go by two?
No, news has come out more recently. You're hedging your bets on this one.
You said after that article that you were even more sure they weren't announcing anything.
The Kathleen Kennedy article, right?
Yeah,
the Vanity Fair, where she's. Yeah.
You said they're not. That's how this whole thing started on Twitter.
I'm all confused now.
So
I don't know
what do you think? Let's go inside of that really ridiculous head of yours and say, what do you think? Do you think? I'll ask you right now. Do you think they're
no bets?
Right now, no bets.
Okay.
Do you think they're going to announce at least one movie?
Now, when you say announce,
yeah,
do you mean a full-on Patty Jenkins video with the director talking about this is what we're doing, or is it just like in 2024?
It's as simple as that.
Here's a picture.
It's as simple as that.
The title.
Here's Frank Fartface Jr. and he's going to be making
Frank Fartface Jr.
Fartface Jr. and he's going to be making a series about Wicked the Ewok, or a movie about Wicked the Ewok. That counts.
And it doesn't include the already previously announced films like Taika Waititi.
Well, no, Taika Waititi is not announced. It's announced. It's announced. That's announced, but we just don't know what the movie is. So if Taika comes out though, and they say Taika's movie is, and here is Taika's movie.
This is a gray area.
It's not a gray area. They already said that Feige, and what I'm saying is that there's going to be news about these movies.
Yeah, all right. I'm not going to take that bet.
See, okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I'm not going to take that bet.
Well,
I'll stick with my townsperson hanging.
Well, all right. So we won't have the answer to that. We won't be able to. I won't be able to deliver on that until
Sunday night.
No.
Yeah.
What do you mean Sunday night?
That's the last day of the celebration.
You don't think they have a steakhouse? I know exactly where the steakhouse is for Star Wars Celebration.
No, I'm saying you won't be able to announce the winner until the end of the weekend because they could drop something on Sunday night. You never know.
What the hell are you talking about? We're talking about Obi Wan. You're gonna see the episode.
Yes. The first steak dinner. Okay.
So we're doing a second one?
No, we're not.
What is wrong with your head? Did you get hit in the head with a bat on the way over here?
It's those Thursday night fights from 25 years ago.
You didn't even fight. You dipped out.
I took a couple hits.
Yeah. So anyway,
just being your friend, I take hits.
So we're gonna do our official bet is the townsperson bet.
Yeah.
And Obi Wan. Okay.
Yes.
So we should potentially find that, but what's very possible.
It might not be in the first two episodes.
It might not be in the first two episodes. That's very possible.
I think it's probably going to be opening half hour of the first episode.
You're going to find out within one. I think we know the winner of our bet within episode 1 or 2.
I think so.
Yeah. Either way, that's coming out really soon. I mean, the hype is real for that show. I cannot wait, and the hype is real for Star Wars Celebration, man. Since we have,
it is.
There's a lot going on.
People in town are ready for it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are going to be here.
Saw the Damon's drinking it up. They're doing some day drinking up in Batu.
Yeah, there is. And, what I will say before we get into this, and I don't want to not address it at all, but I do want to talk about yesterday. There was, and I know that we're getting close to Star Wars Celebration, and we're all excited about it too.
Yeah.
Very hard for me not to. I think as a parent, as a human being, my thoughts and I know that it's just at this point, thoughts and prayers seems to be the thing that everyone just says about the absolute atrocity and tragedy that happened yesterday at that elementary school in Texas. It is heartbreaking. It is awful. This is not a political thing, guys. It should never be a political thing. This is about human beings. Something needs to be done. And whatever that might be, as human beings in general, we all should need to get onto the same page and find out what it is, instead of screaming at each other about what you want to do to me or what we should do to you and all that. It's like, let's find out. This is something that we cannot let happen as people. You can't look at the news and see this story and then just try to blame it on one thing or blame it on someone else. You got to figure it out. It's like one way or another come together, because this has happened now, this with children twice, guys, and it happens all of the time now. So there has to be a way to figure it out. There just has to be. And again, it's not a matter of trying to stick a flag into the ground and say my side is right over your side and that type of thing. It just can't be anymore. We got to come together as people. We have to find a way to do it. And I don't know. I certainly don't know the answer. And there are a lot smarter people than me that still can't find the answers. And we just got to find the answers. So again, I can't tell you again as a parent how horrible it is to even think about the pain that these people are going through. So anything that you can do at all, please do. Please help. And then just try to. I know it's cliche, but just try to love each other, man. Just try. No easy transition. So we will move on over, and we will get to the stuff that we will be we will go to Star Wars Celebration tomorrow. We're gonna try to release ourselves into a fantasy world tomorrow to try to get away from the world. Sometimes you want to get into a new world, and that's what we're going to try to do. So we're going to Star Wars Celebration, and we are going to. There's a lot going on here, and the first thing we're going to be doing. So I think it starts tomorrow, Mike. It's the big one.
Yes, it does.
And that is Lucasfilm Studio Showcase. It starts at 11 a.m. It goes to 12:30. It's an hour and a half. Okay, so that's a lot of stuff going on in there. Star Wars Celebration is going to return launching with a must-see showcase that's going to kick the weekend festivities into hyperdrive. Lucasfilm's current crop of live-action filmmakers will be joined by special guests to discuss the many Star Wars adventures coming soon, including Obi Wan, Kenobi, Andor, and The Mandalorian. Okay, so right there, let's start with the first three: Obi Wan, Kenobi, Andor, and The Mandalorian.
Yes, sir.
So Obi Wan Kenobi will be debuting that night.
Right.
I hate to tell you this, but
here we go.
You're probably going to see. They're going to show you like an extended scene
I know.
or something.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they're going to show you some kind of scene.
Yeah.
Maybe a trailer for the entire season. I don't know. They'll show you something, but they're right around the corner. Ewan McGregor will come out. They'll have Hayden Christensen come out. They'll have.
You think Hayden's going to be there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll be there. They'll have all that. They'll have that conversation with him for sure, and then they're going to start with Obi Wan, I'm sure, and then Andor. What was the third? Mandalorian. Andor will show a trailer, I think, because
they've got to.
They've got to show a trailer. I mean, we're talking about August here, so I mean, I think that you'll get Genevieve O'Reilly will be out there for sure.
What about Smits? Jimmy Smits?
He hasn't been announced, has
Alan
he?
Tudyk? Or is he not going to be in season 2?
Tudyk's going to be in season 2. I think they even said there are 3 seasons. You'll get more
Yeah.
details on it for sure, but you're going to get a trailer for that. And then Mandalorian, you'll probably get a little teaser for also.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
they
get a
got
little
something.
teaser or
Yep.
something. So those are the 3 things I think you get a teaser for. Now,
Yeah.
in an hour and a half, let's say each one of those gets 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? So you're looking at 45, maybe even an hour, maybe even if it's 20 minutes, 20, 40, 60. He's still got another half an hour left, so that leaves you some time to talk about these other series. Whether it's,
Now, is this the panel that will talk about Ahsoka?
I think so.
I know there's no other panels across the weekend that are diving into what's coming up, right?
There's a conversation with Filoni and Favreau
Yeah.
on Saturday, which might cover some Ahsoka stuff because that's Filoni's baby.
Right.
So you might get some more Ahsoka.
Yeah.
If you don't get all the Ahsoka stuff in this panel, you'll probably get some stuff on Saturday.
Okay.
But
Piecing it out.
But I think you get the John Watts announcement on this one. Now, if you're gonna get a conversation about films, it'll probably happen here.
I don't think there's any other panels looking over
Right?
what they had listed.
Yeah,
I don't think
this would be the
that's
one.
yeah.
So if we don't hit you're either gonna look at me afterwards and go, thank God I didn't take that bet, or you're gonna go, damn it, I should have taken that bet.
Oh man.
So
I just don't know.
It's a lot to cram.
Kennedy's comments over the past week. I don't know.
There's a lot to cram in, so it's not a sure thing that they're going to announce those movies. So I think that's a better bet, I think, than the one you took. But whatever. But once again, that's 11 o'clock to 12:30. That's an hour and a half between. Oh, and then you'll probably get now that there's so much press with the Acolyte.
Yeah.
I think we'll get Acolyte cast. I think we'll get Ahsoka cast.
Acolyte cast?
More cast. We only have one right now.
Okay. Who is it? It's that girl, right?
No. Identifying as they, and that's Amanda Steinberg.
Yes.
Yes. Amanda Steinberg is the lead of the show.
Right. Yeah.
Who was also in Hunger Games, played Rue.
Oh, little Rue. All grown up.
So,
I can't believe it was almost 10 years ago.
but I think you'll see Amanda there. I think that maybe not. But I think we'll get some more. We'll get some more of.
Do you think Moses Ingram's going to be there?
Yeah.
Okay.
For Obi-Wan, yeah, I do. I think they're going to really showcase the majority
They have
of the
to.
cast.
It's the premiere weekend.
Yeah.
It's the highlight. Yeah, go for it.
True. Especially the fact that I think that she's going to be a pretty heavily focused on the first 2 episodes. Mm-hmm. So that's how it starts off at 11:30, 12:30. We'll be there. We'll be at that panel, and we'll be walking the floor probably afterwards. Because you got Attack of the Chords, the music of Episode 2 with David W. Collins. That's fun. That's going to be at the Galaxy stage at 1 o'clock to 2. Lucasfilm Publishing, Stories from a Galaxy Far, Far Away. These are the things that back in the day, like 2015, 27, you couldn't keep me away from these things.
Right. But because now it's not part of canon, you're like...
It's part of canon, but even that stuff that Tony Gilroy, by the way, who's doing Andor, said something along the line. Someone tweeted me at this. They were talking about...
It rankled you.
We had some comment there. What he said was that, and I don't know the direct quote, but the quote was something along the lines of, well, what we're doing exploring this timeline is you're going to see stuff that you thought was part of canon that you're going to go, wait a minute, if you looked at Wikipedia, that's not the same. And we're like, yeah, we're going to spin it on its head. No, it's basically what you're saying is we can't pay attention to that stuff because we have our own story to tell. That's why I stopped reading all this stuff, because like they don't honor it. Well, because if it serves the story that they need to tell and it's a hindrance to it, they shift. And that's why, I don't know. I mean, I didn't, and again, I don't know what's going to happen in Andor and how much it changes.
Did you see that comment he said about Andor? It's going to change the way you look at Rogue One.
That's the same. That's the same thing. That's the.
So you think they're going to?
I don't know what they're going to do.
I think because that to me is like Rogue One is set. That's the thing.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. But and then this is one I just RSVP'd us for, and I hope we get into it because I'm excited about it. And that's Ian McDiarmid, the Emperor himself. He's got his panel that he's done, and from 1:30 to 2:30, an audience with the Emperor. I am all the Sith. Join Ian McDiarmid, who was the Chancellor, and then Emperor Palpatine in all three trilogies of the Star Wars saga for a discussion that is sure to reveal rare insights and behind-the-series stories behind the celebrated actor who provided some of the most resonant, bone-chilling performances in all the Star Wars saga. So that happens on at 1:30, 2:30. We'll try to get to that one. Star Wars Collectibles Update with Lucasfilm's Brian Merton. That happens at the Twin Stage at 2:30 to 4 o'clock. The High Republic for Light and Life. That is going to be... That
is Laura Kelly's bread and butter.
Oh, okay. So
she loves the High Republic.
So my buddy James Waugh will be there, so that's pretty awesome. That's going to be at 3 or 4 o'clock live on the Galaxy stage.
There's your girl, Claudia Gray.
And Claudia Gray will be there as well.
James Luceno, is he going to be there? No, he's not.
No, I don't think James Luceno's been around the Star Wars lore too much.
Okay.
And then Friday the 27th, this is another one we'll be at, Light and Magic, 11 to 12 o'clock, live on the Celebration stage, streamed to the Galaxy stage and Twin Sun stage. Attendees of the Star Wars Celebration will be among the first to get a sneak peek at the Light and Magic with illuminating discussion panel featuring Lawrence Kasdan, Ron Howard, I understand now, joined by the Phil Murray and Phil Tippett. Okay, so there's like a press conference afterwards that we're going to.
Yeah.
I thought maybe they were going to announce some new thing, but they're probably just going to be answering questions about this.
Okay.
Which is fine. The Summer of Lego Star Wars is at 12:30 to 1:30. And that is join the Lego Group and Lucasfilm as they celebrate the Summer of Lego Star Wars. Panelists from consumer products, games, and animation will highlight the way fans can enjoy and interact with Star Wars from the unique Lego lens. Lucasfilm Publishing behind the page, 12:30 to 1:30. Star Wars Attack the Clones 20th anniversary celebration. Mike and I just RSVP'd for this one because I want to go check this one out. And this is going to be special guests and behind the scenes content for the 20th year anniversary. Star Wars merchandise, sneak peek, Disney parks and Shop Disney 2 to 3. Go beyond the spires and virtual reality, making of ILM and Labs Tales from the Galaxy's Edge. And then Hasbro Star Wars panel is at 3:30 to 4:30. Galaxy Far, Far Away Disney Park stuff. 35 Years of Star Tours is at 5. There's a lot of stuff going on Friday.
They go late in the day, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And then
that'd be good. Okay.
Saturday the 28th is a bigger one. This is a big. So this is why, to answer your question from before with Ahsoka, maybe not because it's labeled as Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So maybe you don't get too much footage or anything on Thursday for Mando, and they save it for this.
Could be.
Because you get live on the Celebration stage, streamed to the Galaxy and Twin Sun stages. In their first appearance at Star Wars Celebration since the premiere of The Mandalorian, Favreau and Filoni have special guests to look back at a look ahead and what's to come. So that's probably... I think maybe they hold back from too much on Thursday for Mandalorian if they have their own panel.
Yeah, because Mando Plus is called.
Yeah, because then 1 o'clock to 2 is behind
Interesting they had no mention of... Because they've got, right after it, 1 to 2, the Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett behind the scenes. So
do you want to go to that? Because I don't plan on putting this on.
I don't know about Saturday. Saturday's I might have to either be early or late. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm trying to play it by ear.
There's a cosplay competition at 1 o'clock. Star Wars Hunters, Tales of the Jedi is I think it's a new animated anthology short. Filoni will be there for that one. Designing the Mandalorian, Marvel Star Wars comics, C-3PO panel. It says 5:30 to 6:30. Anthony Daniels is on there. It's probably a 3-hour panel. Daniel Del Rey behind the scenes. And then Sunday, May 29th, is Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 2. So you probably get a trailer for that one.
Yeah, I would think so.
And probably a more in a more.
Yeah, it seems like that Thursday. That's the big one. That's the one of.
That's the one. That's.
And again, like just noticing this, it's Star Wars Celebration. It's celebrating everything Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know, so they don't. It's not just the film and TV stuff. It's the books, the comics, the toys. Toys are huge. Hasbro, the toys. That is massive.
Yeah. Well, and I didn't see a lot of stuff for the video games.
No, I didn't see a single video game thing.
Which is
I know they got a
interesting.
couple working, but it just seems like they're so far away.
Yeah, I don't
So
know.
who knows?
So
Who
either
the
way,
hell knows?
okay. Before we get into anything else, guys, I wanted to bring up Athletic Greens. If you didn't know about Athletic Greens, and you should, because I've been talking about it on this show. I love it, and I rave about it. And now I'm starting to get more and more people who've been hearing about it on this show, and they start telling me how much they love it too. And for me, I just wanted to start getting better health, and I wanted to get better energy and an optimized immune system. Wasn't a big vitamins or pills person, so I wanted something that actually tasted great, and I wanted to see what the hype was all about. And I've been doing it, and I love it. It's 1 scoop of Athletic Greens, and you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole foods, the whole deal. It's pretty awesome. I love it because it's easy. I just put it in a water bottle. I shake it up. And I take it during the day, and I got my energy. Benefits my lifestyle because I just got a little bit more energy, and it's so easy to do, and it's got a fruity taste to it that I'm excited about. You look at it, you go, that can't taste good. It does. And it contains less than 1 gram of sugar. There's no nasty chemicals in it. You get better sleep quality and recovery. It costs you less than $3 a day, and you're investing in your health, and it's cheaper than your cold brew habit. Athletic Greens has over 7,000 5-star reviews and is recommended by professional athletes. So reclaim your health and arm your immune system with a convenient daily nutrition. You just take 1 scoop in a cup of water every day, put it in a water bottle, shake it up. That's all you got to do. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. And make it easy, Athletic Greens, it gives you free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/bigthing. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/bigthing. You take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. And for people, I've been telling you this, obviously do this for yourself. You'll enjoy it. You really like it. But the other thing that you should do if you want to support the show, get yourself some Athletic Greens. Link is in the description. Look at Mike.
Look, I'm looking at them. Athletic Greens here, AG1.
Take one of those with you.
Can I take one?
Yeah, take it with you. Okay. So I want to get to, we have a lot of questions that you guys had submitted, and your questions have been just phenomenal lately, and we're going to get to all of those.
Get to them.
First thing I want to do, though, before we even do that.
Here we go.
So I saw this the other day. And this guy tweets this out.
Oh, yeah.
Someone showed me this.
Yeah?
And they said, this guy, Rex Smith, he's a reporter. I forget where he is, and he said that my wife told me that if this tweet gets 10,000 likes, she'll finally watch all the Star Wars movies and shows with me.
That's a lot of
Please
content.
help. So someone sent it to me, and we got him there. He's like it's like 10,400 now. Mark Hamill liked it and everything
Get it up
too,
there.
and so he's and it was really, I thought it was really sweet.
Yeah.
I've been in conversations like this with my wife, to where it's like you have these conversations. You're like, come on, let's you watch this, I'll watch that. It's a lot of fun, and he got there and he was able to do it, and she's gonna watch it with him, and I can't wait to hear the updates. And then you get Bibiani, who's just a curmudgeon. I got to tell you, I was like, he's like, why are you forcing this woman to watch this stuff? He's like, I hope you have to watch stuff that she's forced. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why does everything have to be a thing? It's like, come on. It's like, give me a break. It's like, the guy was, it's not like he's like, I'm going to tape my wife to the chair. I'm going to wrap electrical tape around her and stretch her eyes back like Clockwork Orange and demand she watches this. Otherwise, we're getting a divorce. Then it's like, easy, guy.
Pump the brakes, dude.
It's a fun thing that the guy's doing with his wife.
It's a fun thing the guy's doing.
It drove me crazy. Him and they were going after. I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? I'm like, it's just a fun thing that the guy's doing.
This?
If the guy's wife is like, I really don't want to do this.
Yeah.
She probably had the conversation and said, hey, if you get 10,000 likes, I'll watch the thing with you. And he's like, oh, really? All right, I'm going to do it. And then he gets, I hope you have to watch stuff you don't want to watch. It's like, it drove me crazy. It drove me crazy.
How crazy?
Nuts. I was like, it's like, come on. Some things can be fun. We're allowed to have fun.
Hey.
But either way.
I sat there and watched a whole season or 2 seasons of Love is Blind for my lady.
Yeah, and I've watched tons of stuff that I didn't want to watch.
No, you know what I had to watch the other day? No, I didn't have to watch it. She's like, just watch this one. I'm going to watch it twice. Lost City of D.
Oh, which one is that? Is it with
Sandra
Charlie
Bullock. Lost City.
Oh, that's not Lost City. That's a different movie. Lost City of D. But
the book is called The Lost City of D because the D is
right.
But they couldn't use the D in the thing.
Right.
I thought it was cute.
I did too.
But Shannon lost her mind. I think it was the funniest thing ever.
It was a good
There's a couple
night.
funny lines. It's like where he's like, you're like a human mummy. That line killed me.
Right.
You're just sitting here like a human mummy. It's great.
Mummies aren't human.
And that was the whole like. I want to go visit ancient Greece. You can't visit ancient Greece.
Yeah. I'm telling you, like it was.
There was some good stuff.
I enjoyed that movie. I thought it was a good. It was.
But again, not something I would see in the theaters. My girl wanted me to watch it with her. She wanted to share some laughs, some chuckles, some guffaws.
That's what I mean. It's like so. It's like a fun thing that this guy had with his wife. And I'm glad that I'm very curious to hear.
I want to hear her reactions.
I want to hear her reactions. I want to see.
Because that's a lot of content.
Yeah,
not just
what,
the movies.
What if she winds up loving it?
He threw in the TV in there too.
What did he do?
He threw in the TV. He said
the
movies
TV
and the
shows.
TV. I was like, that's.
I wonder how many he's going to make. Like, is he doing Clone
make her
Wars
watch
and Rebels?
No, come on.
I don't know.
I'm a fan, and I haven't seen all that stuff.
I'd like to hear more about it. I want to hear more about it.
He probably talking like the Disney Plus stuff.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
I don't know, but either way, I'm glad that it happened, and I'm glad that he was able to do it. So, all right, some more questions.
Yeah.
Coming
Maybe
up
on stop being a curmudgeon.
all right. Matt Barella. Final predictions for the Taika Waititi film.
You're causing fire here, aren't you, pal? You're
Well,
starting fire.
let's get away from the bet side of it. If they do announce it,
Taika
what do you think it is?
What I think it is?
Yeah, what?
I have no clue.
So I think they announce it, and I think it's another movie that's set either in the High Republic or even farther back.
He's such a stylistic filmmaker, and he's got such a voice. I'm just trying to find out where that fits into Star Wars, because when I see him, what I see originally was Lord Miller. Like, oh, we love what you guys do. Come on into Star Wars and play in our sandbox. And then you do it, and he's like, ooh, we don't like that. It doesn't fit our sandbox. Taika's stuff is very
but look at his Mandalorian episode. It was phenomenal. It's like
but he's playing within a established series already.
Right.
This is him giving him his own.
I see what you're saying. It's basically
I'm on board. Like,
yeah,
Thor Ragnarok. I've been
with Mandalorian. It was look. This is the story that we're telling. Here's a script we want you to direct.
Right.
You add your thing to it, but we need it to go this way, as opposed to design your own thing where you want to go. I think what had happened when you look at the stuff that went on with Benioff and Weiss from Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those guys.
Heavily rumored that the movie that they had was the start of the Sith and the Jedi in general.
Yeah.
The beginning of how it all started. I think it's safe to say that maybe Taika got a hold of whatever they were working on and designed his own way, and they went in that area.
All right, I'm going to go the opposite way.
Okay.
I think knowing what Taika was originally going to do, Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
And then seeing his Thor, and I've only seen pictures of the Love and Thunder because I'm not going to watch
You're
trailers.
not watching trailers, okay.
They're like, my God, we missed the boat with him not doing Flash Gordon. So I think, and now being that Star Wars we have Star Wars because Lucas couldn't get Flash Gordon.
Right.
I think he's finally going to go, you know what? I'm in this. We're in this. I can't call it Flash Gordon, but I'm going to give you Flash Gordon through the Star Wars lens.
Okay. Why couldn't?
Because if you look at
you do that back in that time? What time period do you think it's going to be?
I don't know. I think it's going to be a rock and roll aesthetic.
Interesting.
But music you can't put in it.
I hope not.
You can't drop record scratches and stuff.
Yeah, I hope not. Because someone asked me after seeing the Thor Ragnarok trailer, which I liked.
Ragnarok or Love and Thunder?
Sorry, Love and Thunder, which I liked.
Yeah.
I just thought, it's heavy on the jokes. I guess
that's what I'm saying. That's his thing.
But even that Mandalorian episode was a little heavy.
Which one did he do?
He did the finale of season 1, where it starts off with jokey.
With the two stormtroopers, Jake and Sudeikis, right?
And I was nervous about it. I was like, "This whole episode going to be like that?" And it's not. It's like pretty emotional. It's when IG-11 winds up crapping out and doing all that.
Yep.
So I think that he knows it well enough, because I think that with Thor, it's evolved in a place where he can use his humor and do his stuff, and it still fits the aesthetics of what they've kind of. Because Marvel's been jokey for a while anyway.
It fits in there.
Now, if they go overly jokey with Star Wars, because to me, when that's some of the stuff I don't like about Last Jedi, is some of that humor just seems so out of place. Like the hey, your mom's on the phone or whatever, that garbage, like that.
Hux, answer your thing, Hux.
All that stuff, like that stuff is so Marvel humor and just doesn't fit in Star Wars. The Star Wars humor that I always, and it's not that I don't think there should be humor in Star Wars.
Humor can be in, of course.
When I always use the reference of when Han Solo shoots things, he goes, "I'm fine. How are you?" Boring conversation anyway. Like that's the stuff. When Mando is sitting there talking to the oh god, the Itini, the freaking help me
Jawa?
out. Yes, with the Jawas, and he's like, he's speaking Jawa. He's like, your Jawa's terrible. He's like, how about this? And he tries to set him on fire. Like that's the type of Star Wars humor.
The comedy comes from this situation.
Yes.
I do agree with you, but I also think Star Wars, like, you know what? Let's play a little bit. Let's see. Let's see what we can do.
All right, but if the answer to that question for me is, I think it's going to be more of a.
I can't see him doing something serious.
Okay, I think it's going to be something more in the vein of Knights of the Republic, or something in the Old Republic era with Jedi and Sith. Mike thinks it'll be more of a Flash Gordon adventure.
Like I think like the Old Republic serials, like going back and leaning into that nostalgia. Yeah.
All right, so we'll see. All right, next question. Adam Siri. There is a Bad Batch Season 2 panel. Do you think this means we're getting Season 2 soon? Maybe as soon as next week. Will they show any episodes of Celebration? I don't think we're going to get the season next week. No.
I could see them showing the first episode at Celebration as a tease just for everybody. I think that's done. The first one's done.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to show the first episode.
But I don't think we're showing that.
The panel's not long enough.
Okay.
I think
it's only 20 minutes if they want to show it.
That's true.
I could be wrong.
You might be right.
I'm always wrong.
They've done that before. Rebels, they did it. Rebels.
They're an easy show. It's not like
Yeah, maybe. I don't think they're going to announce the series. They're not going to say the series coming next week. They probably will announce the release date. Now the question is,
they won't do next week. Obi Wan's going to be going on.
Right. Obi Wan hits in May, Friday, so that will be carrying on until June.
Yep.
Now Andor is probably going to come out in August.
Yeah. So the Bad Batches,
and that's got a lot of episodes, and then. If you have, you can either, there's two places you can put.
Where can you stick
Batch? You can either put it, because depending on how many episodes also.
Yeah.
The unlikely place that you'd put it is in between Obi-Wan and Andor, which.
You think that's the unlikely place?
That's unlikely, because that would be like between July and August. You'd have to figure everything out.
I think that's the likely spot.
I don't, because
Why?
I think that in August is when Andor starts.
Yeah.
And if it's 8-10 episodes, whatever it might be, it's going to take you into like September, October.
Yeah.
You're not going to get Mandalorian until the end of December.
So you think November?
I think you're going to get Bad Batch in the October to November area.
What Marvel stuff they got going on in that time?
You got Ms. Marvel coming out in June.
Okay.
Right? So that'll kind of still carry over a little bit.
Obi-Wan.
She-Hulk comes out in August. So you got She-Hulk and Andor probably coming out at the same time.
Yeah.
So I'd say that Andor probably comes out right around the time when She-Hulk's ending or close to it. And then Bad Batch will probably hit in the fall and probably lead you into Mandalorian, which will probably hit at the very end of December.
Okay.
Seems more likely.
Okay.
Very curious what people think out there. See if that's the case and what you believe. All right, here's the next one. Julian Ilya. My question today is when we will see Vader, Anakin, in the first scene in the Obi Wan show. What is first on your mind when you want to see of Anakin and Vader? Do you think we'll see Anakin in flashback Order 66 scene? I would love to see that stuff. I would love to see. I don't think we're going to see Vader right away. I think
he's the last shot of Episode 1.
I think he's the last shot of Episode 2.
You're full. God.
Do you know why?
You always got to go against what I say.
It's not against you.
Yeah,
it's the reason. I think it's the reason why they're showing both episodes. I think because people, if you would have shown one episode and there's no Vader and it's just the Inquisitors, it would cause a riot.
You think so?
I think so.
Oh,
and then at the end of end of Episode 2, he pops in just even.
So then we basically have 6 episodes. That's 2 episodes without any Vader.
I think Vader is going to be heavily featured in like episodes like 4, 5, and 6. I think that maybe
building up to him.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to use him. I think when they do use him, it's going to be powerful, and I think it's going to be. I think that you got to lock in. And this, I've always been on board with the fact that I'm cool with the Inquisitors being the main villains for this thing because I
am too.
They were in Rebels and it worked, and Vader was there when he showed up. It was terrible. My biggest concern is that they're just going to do the same thing. Starkiller was a bad guy. Well, he's a good guy.
I mean,
Kylo Ren was a bad guy. He's a good guy. Everybody's a good guy.
Outside of episode of Empire, with Vader, he was never the main bad guy.
Right.
New Hope and Return of the Jedi, he's not the main guy.
No, Tarkin and Emperor.
It's just Empire leading the charge.
Yeah. And
so it's like, it makes sense that he always works better when he's that, I don't want to say secondary villain, but he's on the periphery.
Well, they always said that. And Filoni talked about that in Rebels. It's just like, but he's more terrifying. Like, look at Rogue One.
Yeah.
Like, when he showed up, it was terrifying.
Right.
And so when he shows up, and even in that scene when Rev is screaming out, like, you can't run from him. Like, he's going to find you. And, like, that whole, like, if you lead up to it, and you start to set the stage of like when because people are going to be wondering where the hell is he? Where the hell is he? And when he finally shows up, that's what's going to work.
Yeah, you don't want scene after scene of him just standing around talking like, "What is your? Give me your status on the hunt."
No, but someone, and as Julian asks, I do think we'll get flashback scenes, but I think it'll be more so. I mean, there is something to be said about if Vader's going through like the, kind of that pain meditating that he does, and you're seeing those flashbacks of him. It could be interesting, but. But I'm wondering if you're going to see more of that at Obi Wan. I still would love to see a miniseries on Vader. I would still love to see it.
Someone said a great thing. They think they're going to show a scene, a flashback of Leia, young Leia, with Natalie Portman, where she sees her and she goes, she was sad but beautiful.
Yeah.
Like that scene of remembering her mom.
But how's she going to see her? How the hell is she going to see her? She's dead.
Hold on a second. I got to remember how the guy said it. They said Portman will be in there. Oh shit! Maybe.
Well,
whoops.
Sorry, so they kind of talked about it.
How did this guy had a great thing? He had it explained.
They addressed it in the comics. She went to I think she was on Naboo, and she kind of had a flashback of Padme and
when they were
able to see her. No, but she was at like Force Sensor or something.
They used something. It was a tweet
remember.
they kind of threw up, but I was just like, they think Portman will show up eventually in it somehow.
Well,
I don't think so.
Not sure. I don't think she's gonna. The only reason that she could show up.
Yeah.
Is because of the relationship she's got with Disney again because of Thor,
right?
And she's back, so maybe they said, "Hey, listen, you're filming this stuff for Thor. Would you come on over to the stage and we just need you for like this one scene?
Yeah.
Can you pop in and do it? Make a little extra scratch, and do and maybe
I wish I could remember what this guy said.
You know what the sell would be with me with her is says, look,
what's the sell?
She always talked about how she almost didn't get jobs because of the neutral people thought she was a bad actress is what her quote is after the prequels, and I think that it left a taste. And you listen to the interviews that Ewan McGregor has been given lately and Hayden about how the prequels kind of for a while left a bad taste in their mouth because it didn't get good reactions, and now years later it's starting to get this love. I think the same could be said. That would be my sells. Like, look, Hayden's been kind of embraced.
But Portman never went through what he went through.
No, absolutely not.
And
But the love, but both Ewan and Hayden Christensen have found a newfound love again for Star Wars, and I think that she could too with that scene. But I agree with you. I don't think she's going to be in it.
Yeah,
I think she's mentioned, but I don't think she's in it.
Yeah, or there's a flashback. We get young Anakin, and it's the three of them together.
It would be awesome. I'm looking forward to all of the possibilities, but there's a lot. We're almost.
But
there.
I'm also going to temper it where if I don't get that stuff, I'm not going to go, wasn't what I wanted.
Of course not.
They didn't give me what I wanted.
Of course not. And that's the whole. The only thing I'm going to be bummed about, like I said,
it's that
is that
when you're okay. Never mind. The transition.
Just don't turn somebody good. We don't need to turn anybody good. Like Boba Fett's good.
There is a fantastic Facebook group. I forgot the name of it, but someone brought up and I was going reading through someone said, "What are your fears of episode 2?" And someone threw in the comment, I wasn't even there of the show, Obi Wan, and he's just like, the guys on Sith Council said this the other day. I was like, "Oh, hey, nice man. Hey, he's hey, Mike, great. I love your comment." And we had talked about it, and I then dropped it. I was like, "Good guys, good or bad. I just don't want a Reva turn. We've seen so much of it, and pretty much everyone was just like." We see that. And some people were like, if it's done well, what would you say? I go, if it's done well.
I agree with that.
I'll have to go, you know what? It worked.
Agreed. If it serves the story, I don't think it served the story to turn Kylo.
We talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about it many times over.
I remember after Force Awakens, Han dies. Yes. And I was after the theater talking to people like, you kill Han Solo, you don't get redeemed.
And people always throw back, well, Anakin killed younglings in the thing. How do you get
younglings? It's faceless younglings. That
but even that, because it was the way that you were right that we weren't attached to him the same way.
No.
But he was also it was his last breath and the way that he finally got there. But going back to what those people asked, it was in how it was done. You believed the turn from Vader.
Yeah.
That it just wasn't earned for Kylo. And if it's earned, if it turns out that anybody in this show, it's like, because Boba Fett to me, same thing. It was like, oh, he's good now. Oh, he is. He's really good now. He's not even like this gangster. He's not even a gangster anymore. He's like, yeah, but I don't know. That's a whole other conversation. We'll see. And I hope. I mean, look, from the scene that they showed that I reacted to yesterday with Owen and
I didn't see it.
Oh, I know you didn't see it, but man, it was great. So I'm very excited for this show. All right, next question coming in here.
Coming in hot.
We did that one already. So Garrett Granier, I have no idea where they would be at with it, but do you think we'll get any kind of footage or gameplay for the Knights of the Old Republic game remake? I don't think we'll get any footage.
Looking over the panels, there didn't seem like there's a panel.
I know,
to cover.
Where would they do that?
There's no panel, so I'm like, it's so weird. Like, that seems to me, out of all the Star Wars stuff, and maybe they look at it as like, our games don't do that well. Why are we dumping all this 3 years of development and money into it, and we only get a
Star Wars
small
games
niche
do
thing?
pretty well.
I know that to the fans that love them, but I don't know what the problem is with technology. We're at that point where video games are so incredible. Like,
they want to.
Was it Ghost of Yoshima?
Yeah.
That the samurai one. That's just like you throw a lightsaber skin on that guy, and it's
right. Just something like that.
Incredible. Like,
right.
Why they can't, and I think there's just so much corporate BS involved in video games and the marketing and making. I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know why.
I don't know if I kind of agree with Mike here that where there's no panel, so I just don't know where they would do it.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure.
There's nothing. There's not a platform to showcase it there.
I don't know. I don't know where they would do
unless the game company themselves have a booth on the
maybe there's some kind of announcement or something. I don't know. All right, before we get into another thing there, I also wanted to tell you guys that we're also very excited to be working now with Storyblocks. Listen to this. This is for people, for video creators. You guys are going to love this because video is the most effective way to capture an audience's attention. And as a result, modern storytellers are always challenged with creating more video content at a higher quality, involving more voices in the process and distributing on more platforms than ever before. And so some of the big barriers that a lot of creators face, whether it's meeting your output demands, you got time, there's budget, knowledge, creative inspiration, passion, burnout, mental health. We've all been there when it comes to creating videos. And the solution is that Storyblocks makes it possible for creators to keep up with the growing demands for modern video content so you can bring all your stories to life and stop sacrificing your vision due to time, budget, or resources. And what they do is Storyblocks exists to help you bring all your stories to life without sacrificing your vision. You don't have to worry about whether it's time or budget or resources. Every creator should have a Storyblocks membership. Now, the ever-growing library is demand-driven, so they're constantly optimizing and adding to their 4K HD footage. There's the After Effects to Premiere Pro templates, music, images, sound effects, and more to give you everything that you need to bring your stories to life. The assets are royalty-free, so you can use your downloaded content anywhere for commercial and personal use, which is so helpful, especially for it's so many questions from people who are creating new video and want to get new assets for their video, and now you got it. So they have subscriptions for every type of budget also. You can choose a plan that works for you in their selection of flexible subscriptions that scale to give you all the content and tools that you need to focus on creating, not worrying about budget. So Storyblocks is changing the face of stock footage with more diverse and inclusive content in their library to help creators continue to tell their unique and authentic stories. Their unlimited all-access plan gives you unlimited downloads over the 1 million assets in their library. You try out multiple options quickly and find the perfect fit so you can create more and spend less without sacrificing quality. If you're a member of a large creative team, marketing agency, or media organization, or an enterprise license has your back with comprehensive coverage for your entire library that enables you to distribute wherever, whenever. I cannot emphasize to you guys how excited we are to be working with Storyblocks. And you can go to storyblocks.com/bigthing and you check out the Storyblocks and sign up for their unlimited all-access plan. The custom link is in the description right here. It's storyblocks.com/big thing. So there's always people who are creating new content and you want to try to get the best quality out there. Please not only help your videos out, help out the show. Sign up today. Show Storyblocks. They go, oh wow, this Sith Council thing. They really they got some passionate users, passionate people who want to make some good videos. Go to Storyblocks and check them out. All right.
That's like stock footage and stuff as well?
They have tons of stuff, man. And it's all HD, and
I'll have to
it's
check that out.
yeah, you should. It's really, really good.
Storyblocks.com
Yes, storyblocks.com /big thing.
/big thing.
All right. So now let's get to the next question here, and that's Madi, your Riemann. I just want to hear you all discuss the steak bet. We did that. Michael Flash Polar. Over under 3.5 new live action projects announced at Celebration. That's a lot. Now, live action projects is not only film, it's new TV shows. I think you get at least 2 because you're going to get, again, Taika movie.
Yes.
More news on Patty Jenkins.
I think that
wonder.
project's dead.
I don't know, but I still think so. I would say Taika is I'm going around 80% on Taika. Going high on Taika.
Okay.
I'm going high on John Watts, 80-85 on John Watts. Then I start to drop low after that because I don't know what I mean. Lando series. I
don't know about the John Watts stuff. I don't know.
Why do you mention it in that Vanity Fair article?
Why do you? But he dropped out of the Fantastic Four.
That's why.
But he's still doing. But he's still doing Spider-Man 4. But Sony's like, yeah, we're still doing 4.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
You think he dropped out of Fantastic Four to do Star Wars?
I think they came to him and said, listen, we got Krasinski lined up here doing this thing. I know you're working on some ideas of Star Wars.
Yeah.
They really want you. They know Favreau really wants you for Star Wars. You get to do a whole series. Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened.
What do you think of him as a filmmaker?
I like John Watts. You don't like him?
I'm just curious.
Yeah, I like him. I think that I think that for the tone of where they want to go with this show, with it's this younger Stranger Things thing in the time period around the Mandalorian era.
Yeah.
Do
you think of him as a new
Artur?
No, John Hughes.
No.
Okay.
No, I mean,
because his first 2 Spider-Man, not so much the third one, were very heavily influenced on those vacation films, the Breakfast Club. So I don't know if that was more of the Marvel wanting to do that or his voice going, hey, I got an idea. I got my in for these films. Let's do this.
I think they wanted to do that, and then they just found the guy that they could. Similar to what we were just talking about with Taika before with Mandalorian. Right, like here's where we want to go with this. This is what we want to shoot. The way we want to shoot it. Can you do it? Yeah, I can do that. That's my strength.
Yeah, he strikes me as the kind of filmmaker in the mold of Peyton Reed.
Yeah,
that's where I view him.
Yeah, Peyton
capable
Reed.
Filmmaker.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I would discern their voice from project to project.
Right. Well, I mean, either way,
like a journeyman director.
Wow. Yes, I give him a little more than that.
Okay. But nothing wrong with that.
But I do think we'll get an announcement from. I see. 3.5, I would still take the under, but if we hit 3, I wouldn't be shocked. 3 new projects, right?
Aside from the ones that we know of.
But I still think that when you look at stuff like Lando, even though it's announced, they give you more detail about it. And
I think
details
that
I think that counts.
I think Lando is
toast
not
also?
long for this world.
I don't know.
The way Kennedy's comment about the not using
legacy characters,
which was but that
doesn't make any sense.
I know it doesn't make any sense.
Obi Wan coming out.
I don't even trust me.
Sense.
We realized that we can't recast legacy characters. Oh, in the same film, you had Donald Glover that pulled it off.
And they're promoting Obi Wan.
They threw Alden Ehrenreich under the bus.
They're promoting and they are recasting characters. Even if they're putting them at different ages, they're having a 10-year-old Luke and possibly Leia. That makes no sense.
I know.
None of her comments made sense. What she was saying.
That was poor producing.
It made no sense. Look, I'm not a massive Alden Ehrenreich portrayal of Solo.
The crap he gets.
But you can't throw him under the bus for the only reason that movie didn't work.
He did the best I could.
Yeah, his performance
in an unwinnable
was fine.
situation.
No, he absolutely was. Zach Taylor, I would love an Imperial-centric series, the nuts and bolts and goings-on of the Imperial government military. I couldn't agree with you.
You've talked about this. You love this.
I love this idea, but the issue is this. I think that if you're going to have a more realistic time of that happening in something like Andor, where you're going to have a kind of juxtaposition of both. Yeah, of both. You're gonna have Rebels and Andor and all of them, Mon Mothma, and then you'll see the other side. They're never going to lead with the villain. Now, do I agree with that strategy? No.
Did you ever watch that? This is now back. We're talking, I want to say FSU days, that show Troops. It was cops, but with stormtroopers. The guys did
I remember.
This is back before fan films were a thing.
Yeah, I remember.
That's pretty awesome. Like that, are you talking like you want the guys like the Sudeikis character, or there's a comic called Tad and Bink?
No, I know what it is. No, but Tag and Bink.
Tag and Bink. Is that the kind of thing like you want? Just, hey, we're this is a job. It pays well. I got insurance for my family.
That's not what I think. So Lost Stars was something that I think that if they adapted Lost Stars, they could absolutely do that because Lost Stars ventured into that. Yeah. And they played into that, and it centered around that. And I wish that they would, but I even heard that was kind of scrapped because it was too inside baseball, which drives me crazy.
I didn't remember hearing about that.
But either way, you have never read Lost Stars?
No.
Oh, it's awesome. It's really, really good. It's
book or a comic?
It's a book.
Okay.
It's Claudia Gray. It's her first one. So
okay.
Either way. I think that it would be something great to see, like the inner workings and the politics of it all. But I just
ridiculous when I hear someone says like, "Oh, it's too insider baseball." Yeah, like the Star Wars fans would eat that up. Not every piece of Star Wars needs to be mass marketed for the majority.
But that's why they're so concerned about going past like the legacy characters and getting away from the Skywalker thing because they don't think anything else can work. And that's why, like, it's still like those comments about Alden is one thing. And then the other thing, like she got wrecked for a lot of her comments she made in that article because she said some things that were so like, just like you weren't reading the room and not paying attention to it. And then there's also the craziest, the comment that just was, I couldn't believe was that one, well, we don't have source material.
Oh, that was from a little while ago.
That was like 4 years ago. But it's like that. But that every time she does one of these big things, this is what happens. Where it shows that I don't know how true a lot of it. It seems like sometimes she's just doing the smiley executive thing, and it's not really like. And it's again, it's okay if you're not a massive fan of this stuff. You don't have to be, but don't pretend that you are, because she's not. She's not a massive fan of. She's a really, and I've said it many times. She's a great. I am not a person like, oh my god, she's the worst. She's a great producer. She's a great producer.
Yeah, doing the job of a producer, she's great at her job.
The executive transition has been tough for her. It's been tough from producer into executive because there's a lot of different things. But like, saying stuff like the Alden stuff and some of this other, you got to be careful with what you're saying there.
It's funny because in my normal job, we have a guy that's kind of higher up, and he's had two things over the past 10 years that have stuck with him like an albatross around his neck. Like, how did you say that? And he still digs into that same thing. He'll bring it up and stand by it. Not like, ooh, which one? I made a mistake.
What? Oh, you mean about what it's about Alden?
No. This is in my personal career.
Oh,
with management of this position. So I see the person of leadership, but they don't see that what they said was wrong.
No,
and they will never go. You know, when I said that, you go, that was wrong. You guys pointed that out. I understood it. You didn't get my meaning. What I meant.
Yeah.
This is what I meant. It was wrong.
Do you know how
they stand by it?
Do you know how
higher up management positions?
Do you know how it would have went with so many fans over well if she would have said, hey, look, when it came to Solo, we released it too early, which was something she was against it. She wanted to go to December, which she was right about. Yeah. Should have gone to December. We released it too early. The story, maybe, which she did say in the article, was that they had this idea already before, and their strategy plan was planned differently. But we made this choice to try to do this. There were problems behind the set, which you guys had heard, and the things, and we had a little bit of a creative thing that didn't go the way that we thought. There were some problems that we had to learn and get past, and Alden had a really hard thing to do, and not everybody accepted his version of Solo, and we just made some decisions, and we put it out too early, and we did, and just owned it and said, and we made a mistake, like overall, and it just didn't work out, and made it more about. It took the ownership of it as opposed to, oh yeah, we tried to cast that guy, and we realized by doing that, casting somebody,
pissed the fans off.
Oh man, it was like no,
because there are a lot of fans that still like him in the roles. Like, nah, that wasn't
there's
right.
Tons of people who love that movie, and this love it. But anyway, let's keep going. We got a couple more that we can do, and then we gotta get ready. We gotta get ready.
Power button.
All right. So the next question, we have so many. I'm not going to get to all of them. There's so many great questions too. Let's talk. How excited for Obi Wan is Arnold? Well, to be honest with you, I never understood who is this guy. He's living in the desert. He's running around with the Jawas. And you say, hey, come here. Hey, Jawa, can you sell me something? He sent me the droid,
And they go, yeah, the TD. And he says, what are you talking about? And I figure he just goes crazy. Who wants to see a story about that guy, right? But now you see him with the Owen, and you go, hey, Owen, yeah, where's Luke? Get them some of the milk, because years later, he's going to go crazy, too. He's going to be sucking off the teeth and and you can't do that. But you watch everybody kind of come in, and you see him, that the son's coming in there, and he's going to be young, and then 10 years older, he's going to be very old. He's going to have gray hair. It's amazing to see where they're going with this. My donkeys, Whiskey and Lulu, they're very excited. We're going to curl up in the fire and watch it.
Thank you, Arnold. Appreciate it.
Arnold's got 2 donkeys, huh?
He does.
Whiskey
and Lulu.
Whiskey and
Did
Lulu.
you know? For real.
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, 100%. Have you heard his song?
Arnold's song?
Oh, my God. Have you really not
No,
heard
I have
this?
not heard this song. Is this you, is Arnold?
It certainly is not.
Hopefully you got it queued up.
Yeah, because I have to tell you, here we go. Rockin' body, pretty face, attitude bigger than the sand and grace. It's troubling when she's rumbling, so give her wide berth. Can't help but love her, she's the salt of the earth. Now I wasn't expecting a full-fledged passion assault. Yeah, and it's all her fault.
What is he doing?
It's the best. It's from the movie Killing Gunther.
I was just going to say, have you seen Killing Gunther?
Well, that's it.
But I don't remember that song.
Well, I don't know
I only
what to
saw it in
tell
the
you.
theater once. But that's Taron Killen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
All right. Couple more.
I'm Gunther.
Come on.
Come on.
All right.
Show to the class.
B.
Come on.
Mendoza, could you see Freddie Prinze Jr. lead a post-Rebels TV series or movie? So the reason I'm going to say no is for a couple of
You're going
reasons.
to poo-poo on this guy's question.
Well, the reason there's a few reasons.
Why?
Freddie Prinze Jr. right now is almost 50 years old. Kanan, I think, was in his 30s when he went out.
Yeah.
But if he's not asking about Kanan,
He's just saying.
if he's just saying Freddie Prinze Jr. in general, yes. But the other reason I say no is because Freddie has no interest in really acting anymore. He's starting his own wrestling promotion.
Really?
Oh yeah, he's crushing it. I talk to him often about it. He's really excited about it.
He's going to get out
knows
of
that-
acting, huh? When did he
He's just not. He takes. I mean, he did the Punky Brewster series recently. He did.
did he?
Yeah, he did. He did a few other things. He takes his gigs to make get some cash. And he's like a chef. He's like
A Renaissance man, as it were.
he's a badass dude. Freddie's a badass.
I've always
And
liked. Anytime he's popped up, I always liked him.
He's a badass, and I've become buddies with him. And he's just like he's a stand up dude. He's pops. He's a father. He's a husband. That's his priority. And like he loves Star Wars, but I think he's done. I think he's done with Star Wars. Okay. But as far as
20 years from now, the fans will be back. He'll be back doing something. It all cyclical.
I don't know. Voice wise,
But he was really.
he came back for bad.
But they
back.
really liked him. The
Yeah.
fans never were
He's
like.
great as
There was
Kanan.
never any. Yeah,
He's
like
great as
him,
Kanan.
like the Ashley Eckstein.
Next time, yeah. I don't
Sam
know if Freddie's
Witwer,
going to be
the-
there for
the-
Celebration
the
this year. I don't think
fans, if they get behind you,
Yeah.
there's nothing better than Star Wars fans.
True. Ronin Unchained. If you had to choose one thing to get a trailer or exclusive look for, what movie show would you select? For me, it's Acolyte. I think that I want to get. I don't think we're.
I want Mando 3.
You're going to get that for sure.
I want it.
If you.
He's asked me what I had to choose
Which
right now.
trailer out of everything that you're going to get the most, and you probably get exclusive look for Ahsoka too. Those would be the ones. But I would choose Acolyte.
I just
even though we're not gonna
love
get it.
just now diving into the whole Death Watch
Yeah.
and all that stuff. I love that stuff. So I'm excited for.
All right, 2 more. Howdy, longtime fan. Thank you so much. Which Legends character from the same time period, would you bring into Obi Wan if you could? I would bring in what's his name? Shoot, my brain is. I can see him, but I can't. Oh my God.
When they say Legends character, what does that mean? Feels stupid.
So from a book or
like the stuff that wasn't canon, but they said this stuff is. This is.
yeah. See, I wouldn't bring in a Legends character per se, but I would bring in somebody. I would do Quinlan Voss. Quinlan Voss is canon.
I like him.
Yeah.
Mine is Ulick Quildroma,
From where?
Tales of the Jedi.
Okay.
That old series. He's like one of the original Jedis.
Okay.
I think.
That'd be interesting. Yeah.
Great character. Great
Okay.
character. Back with the Dark Horse Comics day.
That's awesome. All right.
Yeah, I didn't ask for you.
Sal Skalicki. Will we ever get a Maul Crimson Dawn series to pay off the Solo end tag from 2018? Need more Crimson Dawn with Maul. I agree with you, Sal. I think that it would be great to get that series. I think that series was something I was very interested in, and to have Sam Witwer come back as Maul and to do all that and to see, and then you could get Amelia Clark to come back and would be awesome. The reason why I don't think they're going to do it now is I think that they feel, and I don't think they did it well, but I think that they feel they've covered the crime syndicate thing with Boba. And I don't think that they really did. I don't think there's a lot of. I mean, you didn't get a lot of the gangster stuff in there at all.
You didn't.
I think they did what I will say about Solo.
There's been no talk of Book of Boba 2, right?
No, and I hope that they don't announce that at Celebration.
What if that's the big announcement?
I don't think a lot of people are going to get excited about it.
I think that's. I think there's this collective in Star Wars that even though when it's bad, they still want to celebrate. They still want to cheer and like, no, it was great. It's like you can admit when things don't work. Yeah,
there was great stuff in Boba.
There was great stuff in it, but you can admit, hey, it didn't work.
It was a subpar series. It was a subpar series. I enjoyed watching it. It's like Mandalorian 1 and 2 I've gone back and I've watched.
As have I.
I've gone back and watched the Mandalorian episodes inside of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
But I have not really rewatched the stuff.
I probably won't.
It's a subpar series. It's like it's enjoyable. There's some fun ones. Like I thought there were some that were good, and I did enjoy when I watched the Gallery series how much passion, even though I didn't love, I actually thought they were the worst one, the Robert Rodriguez directed ones.
That whole, when they talked about how they were, I know people are like, you got to watch this because you're going to eat your words. They talk about The Godfather was the inspiration, how The Godfather, the Corleones had to think differently than be gangsters.
Inspire it all day long.
It doesn't matter.
It just didn't deliver the same way.
You know, when you set up cold blood killing Bib Fortuna, and the next thing you're like, I'm not killing anymore. It's like, you just told us in that teaser you're going to be a killer.
I just rewatched The Godfather like the other day, and
is that the 4K, the big restoration? Have you seen that one?
Yeah, I just watched it the other day, and like, I can understand why watching Sopranos and Godfather would inspire you to make a gangster strip.
Sure.
There's that. Saying it is the only.
And I remember you were the guy. You were like, if it's going to be like Godfather in space, I'll go for it.
Because I thought because Solo, the stuff that Paul Bettany did in Solo was more gangster than anything in Boba Fett. The stuff that he was doing with him and Beckett, like that. The second half of Solo, I like a lot. I really do. I think it's really good.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
Just take out Solo, the name Solo.
Just have him be somebody else. And
it works.
If the series would have been Crimson Dawn, dude, like that, if that whole series would have been about Crimson Dawn,
with originally Michael K. Williams in the role, and he was supposed to be prosthetic or CGI'd,
I don't know, but either way, like that,
he was still great.
But if that whole series was about like a renegade, like a smuggler, right? A smuggler who similar. Like, it kind of reminded me of Solo a little bit. Like how he had this kind of Solo, but not really Solo, and then he got involved in this kind of crime syndicate with this mentor,
and no lightsabers anywhere.
Well, no, at the end.
Oh, I know. And then Dryden Voss had to have his little red blades that were lightsaber-ish.
All right, this will be the last one.
Jesus.
Cheez-Its. Reese Parkin. Will you be doing a playthrough of the Knights of the Old Republic remake game? Well, first of all, we don't even know when that game's coming out. But
they're just doing the old one and remaking it.
They're
graphics and all
basically giving it like a facelift for today.
No, he'll replay that Smets.
I'll play it.
You will?
Yeah. That's my favorite game of all time.
All right. Well, then give it a playthrough.
I will. I think that it's something that I would definitely do, and I think by the time it comes out, though, who knows? I lied. This is the last one.
You liar. Jeez.
Do you think we'll see a traditional opening crawl at the beginning of episode of Obi Wan? I know we haven't seen it done for TV show. However, this particular character and story being so closely tied to the Star Wars saga, I feel like it wouldn't be out of place if they were included. Thoughts?
Nah.
Well, I agree with him that it wouldn't be out of place. The problem is they, again, took some silly stance that the opening crawl is only for the saga Skywalker films, which is a silly stance. So no, I don't think that we'll see it, unfortunately.
No.
I think that I would love to, and I wish that they would have kept that for a lot of these things, because I think that's it was a cool device.
It's a nice exposition dump.
Yeah, I don't think
because it's done like in homage to the old Republic serials. Yeah, I don't think we will though. No.
All right, listen.
What's up
tomorrow? That's it. We start. We're going to be at Star Wars Celebration. If you know what we should do? Not tell Steph.
Oh no.
If you're at Star Wars Celebration and you see us walk on the floor, if you're a fan of this show.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
No.
Oh, okay.
If the three of us are walking, I would love if a fan just walked up and looked at Steph and screamed, "What is she proposing?" Just like screams. Like, and then if enough people do it, she's going to be, what the hell is going on? Like, so if you see us walking the floor, it's got to be the three of us together. Though. If you see the three of us walking together, stare at Steph and go, what to the scream, what is she proposing? If you have the balls to do it, or not even, or if you man or woman, scream at Steph, what is she proposing? I want her to be so thrown off throughout all of Celebration. I would love for people, because there's no way she's going to listen to this episode of you and I.
No.
So I want people to, like, every time they see Steph, just scream, what is she proposing?
I want someone to do it in the middle of a quiet panel.
And it's hilarious. Like right before we're about to start watching we're about to start watching the thing tomorrow, and people are coming up to Steph and screaming, what is she proposing? The whole time, please. What a prank that will be. Please, all of you. If you see us,
Wait,
if you
what are
see
these
us
people
tomorrow.
doing? Why
Yes.
are they doing this? Is this what they do at these things?
She's gonna be like, wait a minute.
Why is-
and we can't, but you and I cannot tell her that we told the audience
No,
to do
of course,
it.
come on, of course I want to go.
And-
We told them to do it.
But even funnier though
What?
is if I mean, obviously someone wants to take a picture with her or something too, but I think what would be even funnier is if they went up, screamed, what is she proposing, and then just walked away.
Yeah.
And not even say anything else. What is she proposing, and like screamed and
She's
walked
just gonna
away.
have that like that.
Yeah. Do I still have it on here? I gotta still have it, right? I hope I do.
Come on now.
What is she proposing?
Oh,
I would have
hilarious.
killed him in that ADR guy.
All right, listen. So do that tomorrow. It starts tomorrow. We're excited. We're really excited.
Very excited.
Star Wars Celebration tomorrow. Myself, Mike, and Steph, we will be there. We hope to see you guys. And if you're not going to be able to be there, please stay subscribed to this channel. Make sure that you're checking out everything we're going on. We're going to have updates, all the videos. We're going to try to get as many Sith Council episodes out. We're going to try to get one Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We'll do the best that we can. But thank you guys so much. We appreciate you. For me, myself, Mike Kalinowski, and for Steph Sabra, what is she proposing? All right, everybody. See you next time.
I can feel your anger. It gives you focus, makes you stronger.